I felt like of all of the areas and states that I was being recommended to do next, New England seemed like a very interesting one and a lot different from all the other ones that I have done previously. 16 teams, that's among the most that we have seen in a video like this, but 13 of them are from the FCS, and even the 3 FBS teams, UMass, UConn, Boston College. This is anybody's game. There is no powerhouse, there is no dominant force here. Boston College is obviously going to be the favorite early on, but this is legit anybody's game, and I don't know if we're going to see a national title appearance. We're going to see really anything. I mean, already in year one, it's UMass versus Yale in the conference championship, and we got 15 years going through conference championships, any playoff appearances that these teams may have, and a fumble is on the field, and Yale picks it up. I can imagine if any team's going to become a national championship contender, it's going to be a bit more of a slow burn. I don't think even if Yale comes out here and wins a conference championship, they're going to be out here winning national championships anytime soon, as UMass has the interception, and they're going to take it back all the way for a pick six, and UMass ties it at 17. Yale now taking over and taking a shot. That's going to be caught, and the broken tackle, and the defender could bring him down, and Yale's going to take the lead right back with under 2 minutes to play. And now UMass has to go on a game-tying drive, and they can't get a defensive touchdown this time. It's got to be on the side of the offense. These early conference championships, maybe it doesn't result in playoff appearances, but it's important to build up your program for the first couple of seasons, and UMass is not going to go down easy. Touchdown, and it's 24-24 with under a minute to play, but Yale's got time. And on third down, they have a completed pass, but he is not going to be able to get to the marker, and UMass takes over, throwing outside. That's going to be called first down past the 40-yard line, and he gets out of bounds with 40 seconds to play. Drop him back to pass once more. Now the other side of the field, he's got an in route for the first down. Timeout used there in enemy territory, close to field goal range, and now they're definitely in field goal range as he's going to get out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, and they're just going to be fine taking the field goal, kicking themselves to a conference championship. So UMass is going to take home the first conference championship, but I mean, no playoff appearances in year one. I felt like this was going to be a vastly polar opposite video from Texas had 2 parts, over 20 teams, and there was just great players everywhere, great teams everywhere. You're in the state of Texas, there's top recruits everywhere. It's just so much in the state of Texas, and you can look at what the recruiting is going to look like. That's not a lot. There's 16 teams, and only 4 of them were even inside the top 100. Now, obviously, we would assume it's not going to be like that throughout the entirety, but it's going to be a lot less recruiting talent. You're not going to see probably a dominant powerhouse force rise up, but maybe that could surprise us, as year 2 is going to at least see some double-digit win teams and ranked showdown here, as Boston College is taking on Central Connecticut. Already 2 teams that are different from last year's conference championship, and you expect a Boston College to be the favorite. Quarterback hit as he's thrown, and Boston College with the lead, now an interception. Boston College is the clear favorite, the only team that came into this like above an 80 overall with a legitimately pretty decent program. So they are heavy favorites to start off, but I don't think that they are so good that they'd be insurmountable for a team to overtake. Boston College is going to tack on a field goal, and with a 2-score lead, it's not looking great for Central Connecticut. They scored a touchdown with 18 seconds to go, so it's a 1-score game at the end, but with 18 seconds to go, you're not getting an onside kick, and Boston College is going to take home the conference championship and make the playoffs. They snuck in at the 12 seed, so good on them, and they got a close matchup against Georgia, so credit to them for putting up a fight against Georgia. It's a 2-point game. They got the football. It's third down, close to midfield. Blitz sent in, and the blitz is going to get there. It's a sack, so they're going to have to put the football away, and when you give Georgia the football with a chance to seal this game, they are converting a third down there. Timeout used, and now you've got to stop them, and Georgia is going to run ahead for the first down, and they just couldn't get the football back. It was close, but Georgia is able to take them down at the very end. So 2 years in, we've seen 2 different conference champions. It's UMass and Boston College. So the teams that kind of started with a bit of a head start being a FBS school with a little bit more of an established program to them. But these other schools are going to take their time to come and rise up to their level, and they don't got to travel very far. And of course, you guys will let me know who you think won at the very end when we tally up all the statistics, their wins, their bowl wins, their All-Americans, draft picks, recruiting classes, all that stuff will be at the very end. And if you guys can like and subscribe, all that stuff to help me out as I continue to get videos like this out. I've already done a decent amount. I've done Florida, 2-part Texas, California, South Carolina. I've done couple other, I've done Ohio, Pennsylvania, so I've done a decent amount of these already, and New England's definitely going to give us a different experience. Holy Cross makes the conference championship and blows out UConn, and they're going to make the playoffs with the first round bye, so we got some real action here. Holy Cross, 24-24, they're against Ohio State. Something about these types of videos is when you put all these teams in a conference together, even if they're all bad teams, at the end of the day, somebody has to win the conference, and somebody is going to maybe get lucky one season, or somebody's going to, you know, win all the close games and just edge out their opponents, get 10, 11 wins. So there may always be a team involved in the playoffs, just can we get a team that consistently gets themselves involved? Speed option here at the 1 yard line, he pitches the football, I don't know what he's doing there. They recover it, thankfully, and they're going to kick a field goal from the 1 yard line to take the lead, but that is wildly dangerous. I don't know what that quarterback is doing. Ohio State gets stopped 3 and out. Now Holy Cross has the football, has the lead, and they are on top of Ohio State in the second round of the playoffs. What an upset this would be as they get the completed pass to midfield, trying to run up this clock. Third down. Can they get the first down to potentially seal this game? No, they cannot, and they're going to have to punt the football away and have one more defensive possession. Ohio State going to get it to the 35-yard line with a great pass there, and now under a minute to play outside. That's going to be intercepted, and Holy Cross is going to take it back, and they're going to win a playoff game against Ohio State. What a job from Holy Cross to come out here and win a playoff game against the powerhouse early on. Now, it didn't go well in the next round against Georgia, so these teams still got a long way to go. 41-0 on Georgia, so these teams still got a long way to go, but a semifinals appearance this early on does at least have a good sign for what the rest of the video may hold. As you know, I was a little worried that no team would really get to a certain level because everyone is just going to be, you know, beating up on each other, 7-8 wins, and there'd be very little, you know, teams really rising above because everyone is just so similar. It would really just breed a lot of parity and a lot of just similar win seasons from a lot of these teams. But you see this time around, Harvard 11-1. So every conference championship so far has been a very different matchup. We are already 4 years deep, and we have had, I think, 8 different teams in the conference championship. There has been no repeat people in the conference championship. It's Stonehill versus Harvard. Harvard's 11-1 on the year, so they could go punch their ticket to a playoff appearance if they win this one. But Stonehill's got the ball, they got the lead, and they got the third down in enemy territory throwing, and that's almost intercepted. It's gonna be fourth down. They're gonna try the field goal. Long kick is gonna be up and good. So now it's gonna be 27-21 Harvard. Touchdown is gonna be what they need to punch their ticket to the playoffs, as they're gonna get a first down. And now back to the line. Second down and 4. Minute and a half to play. They're throwing one up top, and he's got an open man. It's going to be a touchdown for Harvard. It's 1 minute to go in a 1-point game, and Stonehill trying to play spoilers as they're going to roll left, and the quarterback is going to take off. He's got the first down. He's going to slide down for about a 15-yard gain, and now second down and 10 over the middle in traffic. That's between like 3 defenders, and he got that one. Third down and 10 now as he's going to roll into pressure. He could have went outside and maybe saved himself a bit, bought himself more time. He made the mistake to go inside, but it doesn't matter if on fourth down, you're converting with a phenomenal play there to get yourself into field goal range potentially. Play action, he's going to throw outside, running back wide open, and they're going to get themselves into real good field goal range, not take any chances, just kick the field goal. It is good, and spoiler has been played. Stonehill wins a conference championship, and they knock Harvard out as they're not going to make the playoffs, but Boston College is going to make it. They snuck themselves in, and you know, we've seen this instance before where teams will not make the conference championship, so they don't even have to risk the loss that they may take in the conference championship. They'll just slide into the playoffs as other teams lose their conference championships, which I don't know how that's going to end up working in real life with the college football playoffs and how they'll factor that into things. I mean, do you value a conference championship loser or a team that didn't even make the conference championship? I don't know. I feel like in this instance, Harvard could have went in, but now we got Boston College getting a touchdown, and they got a 2-score lead. So, I mean, I guess maybe the committee was onto something thinking Boston College was a playoff caliber team, because they got a 10-point lead against NC State. With about 3 minutes to go, they need to get it into the end zone, at least get a field goal to make it a 1-score game. You got to get points on this drive, and he's going to get the first down on third down. So now you're at a point you can kick the field goal, but they're going to get the touchdown, and it's a one-score game, but now you're down to the defense. Third down and 10. Boston College trying to seal this game, and they got the first down, so Boston College is going to survive for a playoff victory. Now you got to take on the #1 ranked team in the nation. It's Tulane, who is 12-1, and they got a 20-20 game, so Boston College keeping things close. Tulane has the football. They have it in enemy territory past the 40-yard line out of the 35. It's third down and 2 minutes and a half to play as they're going to get stopped short. 4th and inches, a huge tackle to give Boston College a chance in this one. Tulane tacks on the field goal. Now third down and 10. That ball gets swatted away. And now fourth down, game on the line. Boston College, 2 men in his face, and he's going to throw it into triple coverage. It's incomplete. Yeah, triple coverage there. 2 rushers on each side of you. Looks like the defense did a phenomenal job to just lock them up. And Boston College, I mean, they got a playoff win on the board at least. So that's 2 teams with a playoff victory, them and Holy Cross. So at least we have that to kind of be excited about here in the first 4 seasons. And also the absolute ridiculousness of the fact that there's been no repeat conference championship appearances so far. It's been 4 years, 8 different teams have already made a conference championship, and in year 5 we're gonna see some repeat action finally. Holy Cross and Yale, 2 teams that were in a conference championship previously and now are in the situation where they're 9-10 win teams and maybe a potential playoff candidate, as we got to scroll all the way down to show you everybody involved. Holy Cross is up by 2. Yale has the football, and Yale in a 14-16 game is going to hand it off, and that's going to be a first down past midfield with a broken tackle, and that running back over 100 yards on the ground. Yale now to the air, throwing outside for the curl route. He's got it, a nice 15-yard gain, and now at the 35-yard line, third down and 12. Screen set up, and they get blown up. And it's going to be a field goal try from 50-plus yards, and the kick is good. 1-point game, third down and 10 for Holy Cross, and they're going to go with the draw, and I do not like a third down and long draw. 4th and 7, now you got to do something to make up for it. He's going to step up, he's going to fire, and he's got a big play over the middle, and the quarterback just stepped up, delivered a huge pass, and now they're in field goal range themselves. First down run, it's going to allow them to choose some more clock. 3rd and inches, they need to stop, and Yale cannot get it. He's going to get the first down. Now 2nd down and 1 inside the 5-yard line. They're just going to score, and at least Yale's going to get a chance. 2-point conversion is going to be no good, so a touchdown can win this game. 40 seconds to play. 3rd down and long. Throwing for the contested grab. First down at the 40-yard line. It keeps the game alive a little bit longer. Under 30 seconds to play, and he's going to roll into a sack. Now they got to hurry back up. 13 seconds to go. Quick pass on the blitz. He gets it out there, and the defender got lost. He got turned around, and Yale's going to go all the way for the touchdown, and that is incredible. This defense went with the all-out blitz, hyper-aggressive, and it costed them, as Yale's going to win it by 1 point. And that's going to lead to them sneaking into the playoffs. They were barely a top 25 team, but a win got them to the 20th spot. It was good enough to get them into that 12th spot in the playoff bracket, as they got a close one against Notre Dame, who they are going to be heavy underdogs against. Notre Dame is going to tack on a field goal, so Yale is going to get an opportunity, and they made the most of it last time, but they need a touchdown and the 2-point conversions. They're going to break out of a sack. Yale's quarterback is running for the first down, taking the contact, fighting for 14. Back to the air with under 3 to go, as the pressure's going to get in. It takes 1 and 2 to bring him down, and now it's 3rd and 14, and the quarterback's going to load up and throw a deep ball in coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. We got a little bit more air on it. Now it's 4th down and long. Got to go for it here. Taking another shot deep, and it's incomplete. If the quarterback got just a little bit more air under it, as now Notre Dame's going to wrap things up with a touchdown. But the quarterback's so close, and Notre Dame had to make a bit of a comeback here. 27 of the 30 points were in the second half. Harvard also snuck into the playoffs, so we got to pay attention to them as they're taking on NC State. Another team that didn't make the conference championship but was good enough to get into the top 12, as this is going to be a 3-point lead for them, under 5 to go. And a flag is down, and it's going to be a hold, it looks like, on Harvard, so it's going to set them back. 3rd down and long. They need to go a far distance, and they fumble the football. They're going to jump back on it, so at least saves them a little bit of field position, as the Wolfpack are going to throw an interception, so Harvard's going to take it right back, and they're already in enemy territory with that 3-point lead, as play action hit as he's thrown back shoulder. He's got it for the big gain. and now inside the 25-yard line. He's going to throw over the middle. That's going to be picked up. You cannot do that when you have the ball. You have control. You could have put on a field goal, and they're going to give NC State another opportunity to get back into this one with a big play now, close to midfield. Field goal will tie it. Minute and a half to go. Screen set up. They got it out there as they're going to get a block downfield and out of bounds, so they're going to save a little bit more time, save their timeouts, as now they're going to go over the middle, broken tackle, and now in the red zone at the 10-yard line, it's first and goal. NC State trying to win this one in regulation. Quarterback going to run it, and he is in, and Harvard has just under a minute to play. Third down, they're going to throw an interception, and that's going to be it as they had their chances. They just could not close it. 14 points from NC State in the fourth quarter, and that interception that really costed them. I mean, they had the ball in very good field goal range with about 2 minutes to play. Even though it was third down, you didn't have to take the shot for the first. You could just ran it, got it to like the 2-minute warning, made them use a timeout, and made them have to travel the length of the field to get a touchdown. They just made a mistake, and then the end, they threw another pick. So these teams are at least getting in the playoffs. We've had more than one team make the playoffs on a season now with last year, and we're going to see now with the recruiting classes. I mean, you remember year one, there was only like 3 teams to get into the top 100, 3 or 4 teams. Now, majority of the teams are top 100, and now top 100 recruiting classes, it's a very low bar, but at least it's improvement, and we got some ranked schools. Holy Cross and Boston College are the conference championships, so some teams are trying to separate themselves from the rest of the pack, as we've had a couple of teams kind of linger at the bottom, and now teams like Holy Cross, Boston College, Yale, Harvard, we're seeing some of them kind of be mainstays at the top. It's a 21-21 game as Boston College has the football rolling out. The quarterback's going to take off. He's going to get the first down and a slide down the 15-yard line. Second down and 3. Handoff to the running back. He's going to get the first down. And with under 4 minutes to go, it's goal to go. Chance for that 7-point lead. Running back's going to take it into the end zone. Nice patience from him. And Holy Cross is going to need to go and get themselves a touchdown if they're going to want to take this to overtime or even have a shot to win it in regulation with 2 minutes to play. Second down and 7. Quarterback running, and he's got 2 receivers in the area. One of them makes the grab, and they got it inside the 40-yard line. 2-minute warning has hit. First and 10. Got the in route. That's going to be caught at the 20-yard line. Timeout used. Play action here. Quarterback is going to see the wheel route. Guy leaked out of the backfield and got up the sidelines for the touchdown to tie it up. And now with minute 14 to go, they're going to throw one outside, caught. Great grab there. Boston College keeping their drive alive as they're going to throw one for the sidelines, and that's going to be caught too. Under a minute to go. Taking a shot up the seam, and he's got it, and that's 3 pass plays in a row. Big chunk plays to get them into field goal range. Run outside is going to be what seems to be a death sentence for them, as they're not going to be able to stop them from running the clock down and kicking a field goal as time expires. And a close one ends with a Boston College field goal at the end. Yet somehow Holy Cross sneaks in and Boston College is left out. I get that they were ranked 8th and took a loss, and Boston College was 20th, but 20 beat 8. That should get them up a decent amount. 8 lost to 20. That should knock them down. I feel like Boston College probably should have made it, but Holy Cross has got the fumble here, and they could potentially win a playoff game. Maybe that conference championship was a fluke, as it's going to be a pass inside the 10-yard line, threatening to take the 2-score lead. Holy Cross throwing, it's going to be intercepted, and Kentucky takes it. It's been a low-scoring game here as Holy Cross on defense. It's going to be a diving grab for Kentucky over the middle, so keeping the drive going, as now they're going to get sacked here. Third down and long. Defense can put an end to this one, as they're going to throw one in coverage, incomplete. 4th and long. Holy Cross, can they get the playoff victory? Not quite yet, as Kentucky right up the seam has got it, and the defender chased them down. Kentucky now in field goal range. He's going to take a shot. Corner, he's going to get hit. Tipped interception, and the defender tipped that ball up, and it's going to be a Holy Cross playoff victory. So they're moving on to the next round, and they're down by 8 against TCU, so they could go with 4 minutes to play, get a touchdown, 2-point conversion. It's a 1-score game, as they're going to get another first down grab close to midfield. throwing, clean pocket over the middle. He's going to get lit up. What a hit. And that's going to be a pick for TCU. That is an insane hit. That receiver, there was no chance he was catching that. TCU trying to end this game. Third down. The receiver's going to take a shot himself, but he's the one who hangs on. And while that hit wasn't as devastating as the one that Holy Cross receiver took, that's the difference in that game. One receiver took a shot and the ball tipped up in the air. The other receiver for TCU took a shot and hung on and sealed the game. So TCU moved on, and Holy Cross, a playoff victory for them, even though it was questionable if they should have made the playoffs due to the fact that they lost to Boston College and Boston College got left out. They made it. They made the most of it, got a playoff victory or getting a solid recruiting class, and now most of the teams are top 100. Only 3 left out. Recruiting classes and the talent's getting better for these schools. This next season sees another new team kind of step into the spotlight here. We've had Holy Cross, we've had Yale, we've had Harvard, and now URI is going to be a ranked team, top 10 conference championship, and a win away from the playoffs. But they are on upset alert against Harvard, as they have made a playoff appearance, made a conference championship before, and they are looking to win another big game. URI trying to get their playoff debut, and they got the football with a minute to go. Stepping up in the puck, he's got a lot of time. They only sent 3, and eventually someone's gonna get open, and they're inside the 5-yard line. Goal to go, hand off outside. He's gonna go fight his way in. Harvard has under a minute to play, and they need a touchdown as the quarterback's gonna drop back. He's gonna roll left, and he's gonna run it. He's gonna use his speed to get to the edge. He's got the first down up the sidelines, and he's going to get a nice gain, now setting them up at about midfield as he's going to throw it, and he just goes right to the defender. Did he just go colorblind for a second? Because I don't know if he thought that was a check down or something. That ball just went right to the URI defender. I don't know what's going on there, but URI makes the playoffs. They get a first-round bye, and now they're taking on Oklahoma, and they got a 2-point lead, and they're taking a shot deep, trying to extend it, and now they do. 2-score lead against Oklahoma, and URI's come out of nowhere. 4 minutes to play in Oklahoma. They obviously need to go and do something now, but it's 4th and 2. Throwing outside, that's going to be incomplete, and now URI just going to take the football, run out as much clock as they can, kick a field goal with 3 to go. Kick is going to be good. It's still a 2-score game, so I guess not over quite yet, as URI is going to be on defense. Oklahoma, and you need to get into the end zone, and you need to do it very soon, preferably before the 2-minute warning. Injury timeout's going to help them with 2:40 to go and a first down outside. Now they're going to get another first down, and he's going to get it to about the 34-yard line. 2 minutes to play. He's going to throw another pass for the first down. URI's content letting them dink and dunk their way down the field, as now in the red zone, screen set up. He's going to get it into the end zone. Touchdown, and now it's down to the defense to try to get the football back, and they are. Oklahoma, they're not done yet. They got a minute to play, and they're going to get sacked. 4th down and long. Oklahoma for the game is going to step up, run, throw, and he's going to get it knocked away, and URI is going to survive, and they're going to the semifinals against Cincinnati, where it is a high-scoring game, and he's going to get sacked. 3rd down and long. It's been a 38-31 shootout with 5 to go. Screen is going to get them close, but not quite. Punt the football away, and now Cincinnati has it. 2nd down turns to 3rd down, 3rd and 1 from midfield, and they're going to run it inside. He's going to get blown up, and they're going to punt the football away. So now defense getting stops here, as they're going to get another big play. Sack. 3rd down and long. You're down to desperation mode with 2 minutes to play, and that's a fumble, and Cincinnati's gonna pick it up. And when you scoop up a fumble inside the 10-yard line, Cincinnati just tacked on a field goal and won the game. And URI, I mean, they were kind of close to making a national championship. If they don't fumble that football and they go on a scoring drive, who knows what happens. So another team getting to the doorstep of a national championship, but not quite there. So these teams, now we got another contender. I mean, URI now putting some talent to the NFL. we got a couple of schools in the mix. Some have gotten playoff victories, and it's going to be down to which one. Yale, Harvard, Boston College, URI, Holy Cross, all 5 of them have seen some level of success, and then you got other schools, obviously. You got another 11 schools who at any point could try to break out, so it's going to be a matter of who's going to be the one to take that next step up. URI back in the conference championship. They're against Yale. It's very likely with these two teams both being in the top 10 that regardless of the result, they're both potentially playoff bound. URI probably needs to win more. Yale at 6 should not drop out of the playoffs with a loss, but URI, they're a potential dropping team if they lose this game, so they needed a little bit more, and the interception is going to give them the chance to lock this game up. 2-point lead with the football, 4 minutes to go. They got a first down run, second down and 3, drop him back, clean pocket. He's gonna throw one outside, that's caught for the first down, injury timeout. 3 minutes to play, 1st and 10, handoff, big lane up the middle. He's gonna get 15, and now they're in field goal range to make this a touchdown game. As now play action, and the defender was not fooled, and that's gonna blow up the drive and give Yale the chance to make this a game that they can win here with 1:45 to go, as the quarterback's gonna throw on the run, and that's a great play. They're already getting down to the 45-yard line with just over a minute to go. Quick pass, he beat him on the press, and that's gonna be all the way touchdown for Yale. And now they're gonna go for the 2-point conversion. Handoff is gonna get blown up, so URI, they can go and get a game-winning field goal drive. They at least got enough time to do that. Maybe the only negative for Yale is they scored too quickly and they couldn't get that 2-point conversion. As now URI throwing, that's gonna be broken up at midfield. 4th down and 3 for the game. Throwing, it's gonna be caught, and he hung on, and it's gonna be at the 45-yard line. Throwing close to field goal range, and now they definitely got it. Send that field goal unit out for the victory. Kick is on the way, and it hits the upright. It's no good, and URI loses the game on a field goal try that hit the upright, and they are still going to barely sneak into the playoffs. But can you even call it that? They lose out on the first round bye, and they get the worst draw of all. They get Oregon, so obviously they're going to lose that one, and Yale gets to play Auburn in a 1-point game after a first round bye, and that missed field goal is definitely going to change the complexion of this video potentially. If Yale can come out here and win this game, take a next step, as they're going to get an incomplete pass there, punt the football back to Yale, who's still got that 1-point deficit with 3 to go, and the screen's going to get them short of the marker. 4th and 2, they're going for it. Pass is going to be caught beyond the sticks, and he is going to hang on. First down inside the 40-yard line. They're going to throw it over the middle, caught, field goal range, and now you can try to run this clock out. 2nd down, you're going to get the first down, so timeouts are starting to be used. Auburn on 3rd and 11, handoff. It's going to be an injury timeout that bails Auburn out. It helped them so much, and now they got a little bit of time to try to get into field goal range, but a sack's going to derail that opportunity potentially. 4th down and long, throwing, passes broken up, and Yale's gonna come out and win this playoff game, 1 step short of a national championship. And unfortunately, NC State's popped up a couple of times, and they're going to beat the team down and send them right back home. And that's happened a couple of times where the teams have kind of gotten to a certain level, and then a team just kind of humbles them, and it proves that they are getting better, a lot better. I mean, you could see some of these teams low, mid 80s overalls now. They all started basically below an 80, so they're getting consistently a little bit better, but they're just not at that level where they're true contenders. But the recruiting classes are getting better, the talent is getting better. We're seeing teams get top 30, top 20 classes now. Yale, for some reason, just cannot recruit. I don't even know why, but they're winning, and we get a fun little Yale versus a Harvard conference championship, and it's fun that we get to see something like that go down. URI kind of slipped and fell a little bit down, but let's focus on a little fun Harvard versus Yale action. 17-17 with under 4 to play. The broken tackle is going to get him past midfield, and Yale has the football trying to get back to the playoffs, and they're going to get sacked, and that's a massive loss. They're going to have to punt the football. Harvard has it now as they're going to throw over the middle. That's going to be caught. He hung on to that one. 2nd and 7. Drop him back, throwing, and that's going to be the check down underneath. Caught for the first down. Past midfield, and now with 1:20 to go, you are close to field goal range, and with that play right there, you get got more than field goal range. You get a touchdown, and Harvard has the lead. Yale's going to have a chance to score a touchdown here, and they're immediately going to do it in one play. Wide open, busted coverage, and a touchdown, and we're right back where we were. Minute to play, and Harvard has the football in a tie game. Throwing one, and that's going to be another big play in the passing game. Fireworks to end this one. 50 seconds outside, caught, and he's on the run, and the defense cannot do anything on either side. Yale, you got another big one in you. 40 seconds to play. They're going to take a shot for an interception, and Harvard is going to get the big play and take it all the way inside the 5 and win this game. It's going to allow Harvard to barely sneak into that 12 seed once again, as these teams have been really loving that 12 seed. A stop here is going to give them the football back. So with 4.5 to go, they're going to have a 7-point deficit at Colorado, and a big run is going to get them that midfield, 2nd down and 5. Throwing one outside, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. Now we're ticking under 4 minutes to play. Play action. He's going to throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught, and time keeps slipping down. Under 3 to play. Blitz is sent in, and it's going to be a fumble, and the defender's scooping it up, and Colorado, with under 3 minutes to play, is going to get a scoop and score to seal this one, and Colorado is going to break their hearts 42-28. And Harvard goes one and done. I can't say I'm too surprised up until this point that none of these teams have made a national championship. I was, going into this video hopeful that a team could make a championship run, but I knew it wasn't going to be easy. But I am at least happy to see some of these teams getting into the mix. There's been a variety. Up until this point, there is no clear winner. There's been a couple of good teams, and you can even see some of the overalls reflecting these teams. They're even getting into mid to more high 80s, as, URI's defense was at 87 overall. These teams are added overall, which they can compete a little bit. Holy Cross is getting a top 25 class. I mean, they're getting good enough to where it's not going to be out of the realms of possibility. They just need to have the right things come together, because there's not going to be, like Texas, where there's 4 to 5 teams making the playoffs on any given year. This season, Holy Cross is 14th in the nation, needs to win the conference championship. Not only do they win the conference championship, they dominate, and it's still not good enough for the committee to move them from 14 into the playoffs, so that's a little disappointing. I mean, when you're the 14th ranked team in the nation and then you go and destroy the conference championship opponent, I feel like you could have made the playoffs there. And we've seen teams make the playoffs for doing a little bit less, so I think that's just a little bit of unluckiness from Holy Cross. I think that's the second time we've really seen an unlucky occurrence, because that year where Boston College won the conference championship and they just didn't make it because of the team that they beat making it. I didn't really think that made a whole lot of sense. And then this season, I felt like Holy Cross should have made it. So we're on to the next year, and we are going to see Holy Cross try to make themselves a little bit more undeniable, as they are 11-1, way at the top of the conference, and they're taking on Stonehill. Even still, though, 13th in the nation, 11-1. Come on, rank them a little bit higher. Where's the respect for the teams in this conference? You should be a top 10 team at 11-1, but if you take care of business here, you win the conference championship, you're in the playoffs. If you miss it at 12-1 as a basically top 10 team, that'd be ridiculous. But they are up by 7. Stonehill trying to play spoilers. They've already played spoilers once in this video in a conference championship, and we got a tie game here with 4 minutes to play, as it's gonna be Holy Cross with the football and a big grab there. First down inside the enemy territory. Play action, rollout, and he's gonna get sacked. It's gonna be a loss of 9. 3rd and 14, and on the interior, you can see the guard get absolutely bulldozed and rush that pass. Stonehill has the ball, and in a tie game, quarterback gonna take off. He's gonna run slide for the first down. 2 minutes to play. Read option. Quarterback keeper again. He's right at the marker, and he's gonna power ahead for the first down. Another one. 2-minute warning has hit. Throwing one outside. Caught for the first down. 3 straight first down. 2nd down now, as he's gonna drop back, and that's gonna be another one. Moving the chains again. Stonehill playing it perfectly, as it's gonna be under a minute and a half to play. Quarterback is going to get sacked, and now that's the first play that could derail him. 3rd down and long with a minute to play. He's going to get sacked again. Timeout used, and now Holy Cross, they're in control. Screen is going to get a big gain on the run, and he's going to get to the 35-yard line. Timeout used. 40 seconds to go. Outside, he's got it, and it's caught on the run, and he is separating. Touchdown! And Holy Cross is going to probably punch their ticket to the playoffs if they can hold on for another 20 seconds. Now 1st and 10, quarterback throwing, moving, he's getting sacked, and that could be the play that ends it, as with 10 seconds to play, pass over the middle, it's going to be caught, and the defenders are going to track him down and set up a Hail Mary try, as Stonehill loading up, he's got time, he's got receivers in the end zone, throwing it deep, ball is tipped, and it's caught! Touchdown, Stonehill! Are you serious? Off the tip, and it's a touchdown. We're going to overtime. Stonehill, the ultimate spoilers, if they can pull this one off. Holy Cross with the football, they got the first down, out of bounds, and now 3rd down inside the 10-yard line. Quarterback is getting sacked, and they need to settle for a field goal. Kick is gonna be good, but Stonehill can win the game right now. They need 25 yards as the handoff is gonna get him a big chunk, getting half of it and more. Now at the 11-yard line, handoff once again. They're gonna get inside the 10, inside the 5. It's gonna be goal to go. Handoff is going to be for the end zone. He gets stopped at the 2. 2nd and goal. Now a little fake. Handoff outside. He's met and stopped again. 3rd and goal from the 1. It's gonna be a handoff. It is in for the touchdown. And that's gonna do it for the 2nd straight year. Holy Cross is going to be left out of the playoffs in just heartbreaking circumstances. First time around, it was them just not getting enough recognition to be in. This time around, you go 11-1 and a Hail Mary to tie the game, send it to overtime, and you get knocked out. Stonehill, they're such a random team. They're pretty good every season. They've made 2 conference championships. Both of them they've won by being massive spoilers, and they have just basically served this video to just ruin other people's chances of success. And they've done a good job of it. I'd like to see them take the momentum of doing something like that, spoiling the team, of making the playoffs and winning a conference championship, maybe parlay that into some success, you know, sustained success, maybe see themselves in the playoffs a little bit. Holy Cross, I mean, every year they're just getting a little bit better. They're making themselves truly hard to leave out, as it's going to be them in URI. Look who's back, URI, the couple of years on the sidelines, and now they're back in the title picture. And Holy Cross, I mean, they might have lost out on their window these last 2 years, because URI is back and they are better than ever. Scoop and score, touchdown, and now it's a 7-point deficit. URI on defense, it's gonna be a sack. Holy Cross with under 5 to go. Drop him back. He's going to roll into the end zone, and it's a safety. And URI has now got a 9-point lead. Make it a big play on offense now, as they're trying to get to the double-digit lead. Throw outside. It's going to be caught on the RPO screen. Caught for the first down. Now they're moving it inside the 20-yard line. Make it inside the 10. Goal to go. 3rd and goal. They're going to throw one to the flat route, and he's not going to make a miss. Field goal try is up, and it's no good. URI, can you stop having some field goal troubles here? It's still possible for Holy Cross to make the comeback. They need a touchdown and an onside kick, as they're going to throw outside, caught, 1st down, and more running, and he's not going to get out of bounds, so you're going to have to hurry back to the line with a minute to go. As 1st and 10, a lot of time, and no one's getting open. It's a sack. Make it 4th and 20 now, as they've just thrown a couple of incomplete passes, taking a shot deep, and they're going to get it incomplete. And Holy Cross has come up short in the conference championship once again, and they are going to make the playoffs this time around at least. But still just an unfortunate series of years for Holy Cross, as they need to really come out here, win this playoff game to just, you know, make some of this worth it. It feels like they've had a lot of pain the last couple of seasons, and if they lose this playoff game, I don't know if the school's going to recover from this one. They get an interception. Maryland now down by 7 in enemy territory, throwing into a wide open man, and he's going to get caught inside the 5. Now threatening to tie the game up. 4.5 to go. Touchdown Maryland. It's 21-21. And Holy Cross with the football. Blitz picked up. Throwing over the middle. That's going to be caught for the 1st down. Under 4 to go with the play action. And with the clean pocket, he's going to fire one over the middle. Caught in between the zones. 1st down midfield. It's going to be a throw, quick outside screen set up, and you got the first down. You got a lot of room to run, making a 25-yard gain at the 25-yard line. Back to throw once again, over the middle. That's going to be caught, and the receivers are hanging on. We're under 2 minutes to play, minute and a half to go. Handoff on 3rd and goal. He's going to get stopped, and now you're in short-term field goal range. Kick is no good! Are you serious? They missed a field goal from that close, but they get another try with all this purple and white on the field and all this failures. You'd think I'd be watching the Minnesota Vikings finding all these ways to lose games, but no, this is a whole different team. Holy Cross, second try at it is gonna be up and good, and despite their best efforts to lose the game, they pull out the playoff victory, and now they're on to the next round against Wisconsin. And with a 6-point deficit, Wisconsin's running back's going to be running free for a first down. And they are up trying to go to the semifinals as they're going to have a big run. And Wisconsin is going to be all the way for the touchdown. And the big run's going to give them a 1-point lead. Holy Cross with a run of their own. That's not going to be quite as impressive, but it's a first down. Moving the chains, 3rd down and 2. Tossing it out. That's going to be an open lane. And at the first down marker, they give it to him. Now dropping to throw it. He's going to go over the middle. Caught for the first down. Big gain inside the 40-yard line. Field goal will give you the lead. Just be safe with the football, and they're going to continue moving the chains closer. But I mean, after the last field goal miss that they had, you don't know how close you need to get it, but you at least need to get a try. You're throwing an interception, and Wisconsin is a first down away from ending this one. And that first down is picked up and a whole lot more, as it's going to be Wisconsin moving the chains, and another first down for good measure is going to put an end to it. And Holy Cross just keeps finding ways to lose the big game. And now the other playoff team that we have, URI, second round. After the first round bye in the conference championship win, they are up by 7 on Clemson, forcing a punt with 5 to play. Kick is deep and fielded. It's going to be all the way back at the 25-yard line, and URI going to make a cut left, and he's on the run, and just one cut was all it took. How rare is it to see a punt return touchdown in one of these, as URI takes a 2-score lead now. That is incredible to see. I mean, I feel like there's like a little checklist in these videos that I have in my head to just see if these things are possible to even see. And after watching and spectating hundreds and hundreds of games, I don't think I've seen a punt return touchdown. We've seen a blocked punt return for a touchdown. We haven't seen like a blocked field goal yet. We haven't seen, I don't think, a kick return touchdown or anything like that. I mean, URI's getting the stop, they get the victory, but I just like seeing the rare things that happen in this game that shouldn't be that rare. It shouldn't be that rare to see a punt return touchdown, but cool, we've seen one, as it's going to be 34-33, and now Wisconsin in the semifinals. They knocked out Holy Cross, and URI with the 1-point lead is going to allow the touchdown, and the 2-point conversion now for the full 7-point lead is going to be good. 4 minutes to play, and URI is down by 7. Screen set up. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be brought down nowhere near the first down marker. They're going to punt the football, and now under 4 to play. Wisconsin with the ball, with the lead, and a big run, cutting up field, and he's going to have it to the 45-yard line, and an injury timeout's going to save a little bit of clock as under 3.5 to go, and another run is going to be him going all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And now it is a 2-score game and an interception as Wisconsin, they put up a field goal on the next drive. URI goes down, scores a touchdown, ends up being 51-41, but they take care of both of our teams, and Wisconsin goes to a national championship. So unfortunate to see another team and another season kind of just right at the door of the national championship right there, and not quite able to make it, and we are running out of time. We only got a few years left, and despite these teams now 86 overall, mid-high 80s, getting to a point where, like I said numerous times, they're potentially good enough to make a run, but they're just not quite able to do it. And, you know, another series of nice recruiting classes, a couple of top 30s, it's just not happening right now. And I still don't think there is a clear favorite of who's won this video, so like literally every season matters. URI top 5, Stonehill. Let's get Stonehill into the playoffs. I mean, they haven't made it yet, but they have played a big part of this video, spoiling some other teams, making the conference championship twice and winning it twice. As Stonehill now, it's going to be 16-13. They are down. They punted the football, and now URI trying to run out the clock. Another first down is going to get them a timeout used, and now with no timeouts remaining, it's going to be another first down, and URI little less exciting for the Stonehill Conference Championships, but URI is going to take home the win, and both teams are going to head into the playoffs, but one's going to get the first round bye. One isn't. Stonehill, in their first playoff game, is going to roll through USC, but then get rolled by URI. So unfortunate that Stonehill's only 2 playoff games is just going to be 2 comfortable 3-score wins and losses. But now, URI, look who it is once again. Doorstep of a national championship, and you got Wisconsin in your face. A sack is going to force a punt, and now at midfield with the football back in the lead. First down, and now you're on clock. 4-minute offense. It's going to be a throw underneath. Caught. He's going to go up ahead. Timeout from an injury, so 2nd down and 5 after the first down. They're going to throw one, and that's almost intercepted by 2 different defenders. He's going to bring that one in. 3rd down, and now you're letting him get the first, and that dropped interception by 2 different defenders could be the thing that cost them. First down handoff. He's going to get the first down. Goal to go, and he's going to be right at the pylon, not quite in, and the handoff to finish things off. It's a touchdown. And now you're down by 10, and that drop pick is potentially going to be it, but what a grab there, and URI not done yet. 1.5 to go. You got to hurry things up. You got to get an onside kick probably, as they're going to throw outside. Caught. Another first down. Keep hurrying back to the line. 1:20 to go. Throwing one over the middle. It's going to be caught again. 3 great plays, and they're banking on the onside kick. Throwing outside. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. But now you need the onside kick. It's all for nothing if you don't get it, and Wisconsin falls on it. And URI, they came close, but they go down. And if they literally just caught that interception, 2 guys had a chance at it. If they caught it, I think they might have been able to pull it off, especially with how the offense rolled in that final possession that they got. I mean, there's just been a couple of things where if just one thing went a little bit differently, we could have been having a national championship appearance. There's still a little bit of time, and regardless of if a team makes or wins or does anything from a national championship perspective, we still have, like, a lot to figure out and sort out, as every conference championship, every playoff appearance, every win matters, because there is just 0 clear-cut leader in this state. I feel like you could legitimately argue like 4, 5, 6 teams. Boston College finally makes a conference championship again. They just happen to get destroyed by URI, who's now getting another first round bye. On top of that, we got Harvard in the mix as they are back into the playoffs. They have yet to win a playoff game, but they've had their now 3rd appearance as they're sliding down against Cal. 1-point game. Throwing over the middle, caught for the first down. Now you're in field goal range with under 5 to go, as you're going to go play action and get sacked. And now you're out of field goal range at the 40-yard line. You need to get a couple of yards. You cannot take a sack here, as the quarterback's going to run, and he's not going to get the first. But that is a massive play to get him a field goal try that is good and give them the lead. 29-27 with under 4 to go. Throwing over the middle, caught in traffic. First down. 4 touchdown passes for the quarterback as he's going to throw outside, and it's going to be caught for the first. Can they pull off this game-winning drive as they're going to throw on the curl route again, and he's going to hang on again. Now after a holding call where they lose 10, they're going to throw the wheel route, and it's going to be caught up the sidelines, and it's not going to matter. They got set back there in field goal range. Handoff. He's going to go for the first down, and you're in that situation that teams find themselves in time after time. They need to get a stop as they're going to try for the end zone. It's intercepted. What is Cal doing? They could have just tried to run this ball, run the clock, kick the field goal, and instead they're going to give Harvard the football back. Now they're going to get a stop and get another shot at it, but it is not nearly as good because you got under a minute to go, no timeouts, a big play there out of bounds. 1st and 10 as they're going to roll, 3 guys chasing him, and they're going to sack him. 30 seconds to go, 3rd down and long. He is looking to buy time, and he's getting sacked again. One more play basically, and a miracle needed as he's not going to get it. It's going to be Cal losing as Harvard took them a while, but they got their first playoff victory, and Wisconsin just won't go away. They're going to thoroughly beat Harvard in this one. Usually it's Oregon and Georgia being the nuisances, and while they have popped up like 1 or 2 times, it's been very minimal compared to what Wisconsin's been up to, just taking out our team time after time. URI now is down by 7, 2.5 to go, and a fumble, and that's going to be Syracuse picking up the football and that is going to be a costly one if they can't get a stop here. 1st and 10, throwing, middle, caught, touchdown. He was open, and Syracuse is going to lock things up, and URI goes one and done after the first round bye. This means we are down to one last season to see if anybody can make that miracle run to the national championship and maybe just put themselves head and shoulders above, because it's not going to be fun to deliberate between all these teams and not have a clear winner. But I think that's what makes this one more interesting, that there was no favorites coming in, and throughout the entirety of this video, there has not been a clear-cut winner. And especially when we get to these final stats, it's going to be the closest battle to crown one of the kings of this area, because I can't even say kings of the state, kings of New England. In the final year, it's not even URI, it's not Holy Cross, it's Yale at 11-1 against Central Connecticut. And Central Connecticut, they made a conference championship way long ago, and I guess in the final season they wanted to come back and try again, as it's going to be a 5-point lead for Yale, who made the first conference championship, and now they've made the last one. As Central Connecticut's going to get it inside the 30-yard line. They are down by 5 with the football now in the red zone after this run for the quarterback. He's going to get down to the 15-yard line. Now they're at the 10. 2nd and 5, throwing. It's going to be caught, and he's going to get the first down goal to go as they are running out clock, running out time. Quarterback running. He's going to just run around it. I feel like somebody at Yale's got to go and try to chase after him once you see that he's going to take off, but they're going to get the 2-point conversion, and now Yale has just 40 seconds to play. Throwing on the run. That's going to be caught, and a great way to start the drive. Past the 45-yard line, timeout used. Under 30 seconds to go. They're going to take a shot, and he's got it. Yale touchdown for the lead. And now you're down to basically getting yourself in Hail Mary position, and he's got one. He's caught it, but he gets tracked down. Will we have another Stonehill type situation? Playing spoiler, Hail Mary, throwing it up, and it's swatted down, but you got one more try. Taking another shot. Time has expired. Hail Mary once again, and it is knocked down. Yale wins it, and they're going to finish off a 12-1 season and take a ticket to the playoffs, where they get a first-round bye, and they're going to be taking on Notre Dame, and they lose by 17. So, not an exciting, spectacular way to end things off, but that just, I think, further complicates the situation, because no team in the last little section last season or two made themselves a clear contender. So the final results are definitely interesting for this one, and we are going to get into each and every final results. Things were closer than ever, and I've never had so many teams in contention. So let's get into all the final statistics, the final tally, and everything to determine who the kings of New England truly are. Despite the fact that there were 16 teams, there was only 3 tiers, because all of these teams fell into one of 3 categories, and they were all very similar in the results. So tier 3, these are the teams that lost 100 plus games, were well below 500, not a whole lot of success. None of these 6 teams made a conference championship. None of these teams really did much of anything. None of them got more than 1 bowl win. All of them were pretty poor in the recruiting, the bottom third of recruiting for the entire nation. Draft picks, I mean, there was 2 first-rounders here among Bryan and Brown. No 5-star prospects for these guys, and I mean, there was even Bryan who didn't even make a bowl game. So there was just not a lot of success to go around here, and I mean, Brown 57 wins was the lowest amount, but even, you know, 50, 60, 70 wins, these teams were just not that good. Then we got tier 2, which these are the teams that were hovering just above or below 500, just teams that are stuck in the middle. UMass was interesting. First conference champions, made it there first time, beat Yale, never made it back. They won over 100 games, 101, had 5 bowl wins. It's pretty decent. They are just a pretty middle of the pack team. You know, of the 16 teams, they were probably, I'd rank them like 8th. You know, them and UConn, 7 and 8th. UConn, 109 wins, 5 bowl wins. They made 11 total bowl games. All of them were about middle of the pack when it came to recruiting. 60s, 70s, conference championship, maybe made 1 or 2 bowl games, made a couple. These teams were just, had their strengths, I mean, you know, Connecticut State, 2 conference championships, but they lost them both. Only 1 bowl win, but weirdly 7 All-Americans, and the worst recruiting class of these 4, but like each of these teams had one thing that they were at least competent at. Like New Hampshire, no conference championship appearances, but they got 3 5-stars. I don't know how, but they did. So these teams all specialized in doing like one thing pretty competently, but none of them were able to put it all together. I truly didn't feel like I could put any of these teams in like a different tier. These teams all produced very similar results. It's a straight toss-up. There were 6 teams in tier 1, and none of them, I think, like stand head and shoulders above the rest, because these teams are all separated by 12 total wins and 1 bowl win. They are all incredibly tight, and all of these teams made at least a playoff appearance. All of these teams won a playoff game, 1 to 3 playoff games. All of these teams made, you know, 10-ish or more bowl games. These teams are just so close. So, I mean, when you're breaking it down, I guess we'll go left to right. URI had the most wins, but not by much. You know, Holy Cross came only 3 behind. The wins, not to say throw it out the window, but I mean, 130, 130, 129, 134, 138. It's really close. The recruiting 4 and 5 stars, you can say that any one of them, aside from maybe Yale, was the better recruiters, because, I mean, even if you look at the average class, 57, 55th, 57, 63rd, again, really, really close. What do you value? The quantity of 4 stars, the average class ranking, the amount of 5 stars. I mean, we just know Yale's probably the worst of the recruiting because they didn't get any 5 stars. They were 84th. Then the conference championships. URI did win the most at 4. You know, Yale had 3, Stonehill 2, Boston College 2, Holy Cross 2, but Holy Cross also made 6 of them, even though they, you know, lost 4 of them. And then Harvard won. Harvard, though, 12 bowl game appearances, highest average recruiting class. You know, each of these teams just, they were so close. And what do you value? URI made 5 playoff appearances. That's the most. Holy Cross made 4. And bowl wins, I mean, Stonehill won 7, but in total they made 13 bowl games plus a playoff appearance, so there was only 1 season where they weren't involved in bowl season. That's got to count for something. I really think you could give it to any number of these teams. So if I had to pick, I think it's between URI or Holy Cross. I think those were the 2 most fun teams. You know, Holy Cross had some struggles. URI, I think, you know, maybe at times was the best team. Stonehill was really fun as a spoiler. But seriously, let me know what you thought, who won, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, as all that stuff is super helpful. And you can rank all these 6 teams. Tell me who you think was the best, who you think was the worst, what you want to see next. And I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.